Guys.com presents Paradise, Louisiana. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, Relief Windows, Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana, and I hope y'all getting ready to have a great holiday. Here we are, Salt Bayou, on the dock here at the Angler Adventures, Louisiana. Captain Mike Gallo, one of the best around. So we're just getting back from a trip, but I'm gonna tell you what, State, we got a little bit more chairs this week, and I got a lot of deer. And I got a few pictures coming from Island Marina. So we got some people with their first deer. Stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Salt Bayou, this is where my second home is.
Why choose Barbecue Guys? Because this is Barbecue Guys. Not only do we have the largest online selection of grills and outdoor furniture, top-notch customer service, affordable financing, and 3D design services to help you tie it all together, but we also know what it is you love most about outdoor living. Time spent with family and friends. Combined with our expert advice, you'll have everything you need to design your dream outdoor life. Stop by our showroom today.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
For sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Good morning from Dockside TV. Got a nice trout here. Now in the last episode, you saw us catch a little bit smaller trout using the Matrix X shad. Today, we're gonna beef it up a little. We caught some monstrous trout yesterday. Fantastic day. Me, my wife, and Jordan, and we're gonna beef it up to the Mega Matrix. We're even gonna paint that tail pink and go over how the spike it pin works. Got the big Mega Matrix Midnight Mullet, because we're gonna try to catch some big trout today under some brisk, cold conditions. Guys, here's our setup today. We're gonna be using the Mega Matrix and the Midnight Mullet color. Now on the Mega, you want to use a 4/0 hook. So we're going to use these lock-in screw jig heads from H&H and a 3/8 ounce. And these things are really cool, and I'm going to show you why. You don't go through many lures at all with this. You're only going to lose a setup if you get snagged. So you just come through just like the regular Matrix, hook out the flat part on the top, tail down, and you're going to screw it on. You're going to thread it onto that screw. That makes it to where fish it and pulling that off, this thing's really, you can catch a lot of fish on one lure. Then we're going to go ahead and use our spike it pins here. Any color works. We're using the pink. At first, we're just going to paint the tail, and we're just going to give it a little pizzazz today. Show you all of the things you can do with these spike it pins. You can basically customize your lures. You can even color them on the back if you want. Make it a two-tone bait, pink on the top, midnight mullet on the belly. But also these spike it pins, they also have a garlic scent, and they have some with shrimp scents, but we got the garlic scent right here. That certainly can't hurt. And again, let's go over the knot we like to use, as I just broke off, so figured I'd go over all of this. You're just gonna take the end of your line, fold it over, pinch it tight. You're gonna push the folded over piece through the eyelet there. And you're just gonna tie your regular overhand knot. And all you do is you take that access loop, pull the bait through, loop, swoop, and pull. I don't recommend biting it like I do. Flip off that tag line and you're ready to rock and roll. Let's see what we can do here. It's another nice chunk. So last week, when we shot at Dockside TV, these fish were running, they were averaging more that 13 to 16 range, and now we're on a class of fish. As it gets colder, this is natural. Now they're more that 16 to 22 inch class. And that's why we're beefing it up to the Mega. Look how we choked that down in there. That's what you want them to be doing. That means you're using a good color. It means you're using something that they want, and we're just trying to yield bigger fish with these bigger baits. That's a good start. That's what we're talking about, baby. That's what we're talking about. That log. Now, trout are notorious for, as the water temperatures get colder, they usually like to look for bigger baits. Feed a little bit less, but feed on larger baits. That's pretty common strategy, as we get into the winter, is fish bigger baits, and that's why we're trying that Mega Matrix today. It's working out. So obviously, we're fishing the old train trestle here, which is a 6 mile long bridge. And dictating where the fish are gonna be each day, that's kind of the tricky part, because they like this entire bridge. There's no real secret spots on here. They can be from the north end all the way to the south end and anywhere in between. Now typically what we like to do is fish the northern region section of the bridge on a north wind and the southern section of the bridge on a south wind. That's obviously going to keep waves down, as you can use the land to your protection. Typically that's going to keep the water cleaner, as it's not getting a beating. And that's what we're doing today. That's why we're dressed up so warm. It's pretty chilly this morning, pretty chilly start. And anytime you have cold mornings, that means you're gonna have north winds. North air brings that cold temperatures up from the northern parts of the country. And that's where we're starting today, on the northern half of the bridge, and catching some pretty nice fish. But again, like I had stated before, the last episode we were fishing the east side, which is the Highway 11 bridge side of the bridge, and today we're on the west side, which is the Causeway or Mandeville side of the bridge. And that's because we got a light incoming tide, and I like to fish the down current side. Now, I really wish the tide would start falling. That's how we did really good yesterday. We came out here a little bit later, had a really nice falling tide, and we were just catching some logs one after the other. It was a really epic day. Now, the size of the fish today are very nice, very similar. Just the bite's a little bit slower, but hopefully it picks up as the water temperatures rise a little, as it's a pretty chilly start. See if we can get one right here. Takes about 8 to 9 seconds for the bait to hit the bottom. And you don't want to do anything until the bait hits the bottom. And we use that high-vis matrix line, that way you can see it real good. It'll help tell you when the lure hits the bottom. And after each series of pops, make sure you let that bait settle back down to the bottom before you begin your retrieve again. That's the secret to like poncho-train jigging, is letting the lure settle back down to the bottom after each series of pops. Just like that. And that is a good fish right there. That fish was well off the bridge. I might be a little tight. I might need to back off a little bit. This is a really good fish here. Look at this one, guys. Oh, lost him at the boat. That was a solid 3.5 pounder, but it's okay. We're gonna catch more. Let me get back to it. And that one hurts, but we're gonna get another one. Like poncho-train lunker. Now what we're noticing now is the fish are really far off the bridge. So I'm backing the boat off. I'm fishing it about 10 yards further than I normally would, and I'm bringing that bait all the way back to the boat. Look at him choking that mega matrix down. These are some fine fish. That's one of the tricky parts. When you don't have a real hard tide, those fish can really get anywhere, whether it could be tight or off the bridge or hard to locate, but that's why you gotta make a lot of different casts, a lot of different presentations, and find that pattern. How clean that water is. That's the color water you want to be seeing if you want an opportunity to catch some mules like this. So, as you can see here, you can see the Highway 11 bridge, and you see it in the camera. It's now on our side, on our back side. So what that means is we went back under the bridge, tide started falling, I mean just barely started trickling. Still using that mega matrix, still catching big trout. That's what I like to do, is slip on one side of the bridge if it's coming in, slip on the other side of the bridge if it's falling. That really makes a difference. Another good one, baby. That's what the fish like in the fall time. You know, we were catching a handful this morning on that light incoming, but now that we've switched to the east side, that tide's starting to fall, that bite's really picking up. It's really good. So what happens is, in the fall, I just really favor a falling tide, especially this year. We've had so much east winds, really push so much bait into this lake. It's just been incredible with hurricane after hurricane after hurricane. So when you get a falling tide, as we're on the eastern end of the lake where it chokes down, This is like a natural choke point. So all of them shrimp, crustaceans, pogies, finfish come from the back end of the lake on that falling tide. These bridges are just an optimal ambush point on a falling tide. That's when they really can turn on. There we go, baby. That is where the prolific term, nickname, yellowmouth comes from. Speckled trout, these big sows, which I'd call a sow anything 20 inches or better, that's a good one. They're notorious for when they get a bait lodged in their mouth, they come up, head up, they almost always do it, and they just shake that head and they're trying to get that lure out of their mouth. Look at the size of these fish. I love it this time of year. It doesn't get any better than that. And this is the time of year where you can really have some great success throwing bigger baits, like the Mega Matrix here. Tide's starting to fall. These big girls starting to bite. That is the runt of the day right there. That is a good sign when a 15-inch trout is the run of the litter. I like it when that's going on. This is a trout, he's a good one. Oh, I got him foul hooked again. Look how clean that water is, guys. I mean, is that just not beautiful? Beautiful. Come on in here, little guy. Oh, so last week we talked about what made me stop on the bridge was a whole bunch of seagulls, pelicans, little terns sitting on the bridge, which was very odd. You don't really see that too often, but going down the bridge, didn't see much, and then a whole wad of birds are sitting on the bridge and in the water. It's a telltale sign. You got to stop there and try it, and boom, that's where the fish were. Now it's a little bit colder, and we got something down here called a winter bird of ours. It's called a loon. We've been over this many Dockside TV episodes when we're wintertime fishing, late fall fishing, early spring also. We look for those loons, and they are a telltale sign on big trout. So when you see them loons, you see big trout like this right here. When you're catching big trout, I'd advise you to beef it up a little bit to the 4-inch, give you a little bit better chance to catch a real wall hanger. Yeah, buddy. Well, trestle trout at its finest. Just about every fish we caught today was out of a cookie cutter mold. Every fish just about was off that Mega Matrix in the midnight mullet color. I mean, these are chunks, ladies and gentlemen. This is solid 3-pound trout. That's the beauty part about the trestle and all of these bridges in Lake Pontchartrain, is that you might have to work for them, but they are very rewarding. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Dockside TV. We're gonna go ahead and just have some fun. We might click the camera back on if we catch a real big one, which we do have potential for. But awesome day. If you want to get your hands on some Mega Matrix, which I highly recommend when you're chasing big girls like this, make sure to subscribe to this monthly bait box, the Matrix bait box. Make sure to check out all of our Dockside TV episodes that we have on bridge fishing and big trout fishing all across the Gulf Coast. You know, don't think it's just a trestle, guys. This is Highway 11, Twin Span, the Causeway. I cannot tell you how good that place is or can be. And I think after all the hurricanes this year, it's got potential. And they got them bigger than this over there. So until next time, good fishing. Be a trout, baby. Be a trout. Oh yeah, that's a trout. I think might need it in that. I think I got him foul hooked, but I think he's really big. set it right here. I'll get him. Set it right here. That's a good fish. Look at that fish. That's why he's right there. I got him in the chin.
Pod's moving in storage.
I need to clean out my study.
We'll deliver a container.
My brother-in-law's moving in.
Maybe he'll help you pack.
He's lazy.
We can refer some professionals.
It's just until he finds work.
We can keep things at our storage center for as long as it takes.
I am not happy about this.
Or you can keep your things on site for quick unloading.
Did you say freeloading?
I said unloading.
I heard freeloading.
I'm sure you did.
Store on site or let us drive your things to our secure storage center. Pods, moving and storage, solved.
For sidekicks. For those who see the glass half empty. For those who see it half full. For those on the right. For those on the left. For those with nicknames. For those with curves. For people that cycle. For people that recycle. For BFFs. For frenemies. For those with style. For lovers. For families. For big families. For everyone.
Why choose barbecue, guys? Because this is Barbecue Guys. Not only do we have the largest online selection of grills and outdoor furniture, top-notch customer service, affordable financing, and 3D design services to help you tie it all together, but we also know what it is you love most about outdoor living. Time spent with family and friends. Combined with our expert advice, you'll have everything you need to design your dream outdoor life. Stop by our showroom today.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. A little quick hunting report. I got one picture of my son and my grandson, and my two grandsons. They had a pretty good trip. They were hunting in Port Barry, and they were hunting at Old Giant, and they were over there, and they didn't limit out, but you know, in one of the few places they're still killing a few ducks on the last weekend. Also, Dwayne Chapman, my good friend up there north, he got his grandson Owen. He had his first duck kill, first duck hunt. He was real proud of him. Dwayne's always sending us pictures of fishing and hunting, so thank you, Dwayne. Keep in touch. Then I got my big buddy over there, Mike Clark. Him and his wife been killing some few deers, but this is his grandson, and with his son-in-law. This is Rivers, Downs, and his dad Chance. They were hunting in Texas. This is his first buck. And then one of the boys that I raised, is one of my football players and close friends, Robbie Moret, his son, little Robbie, he killed his first deer. So that's some pictures right there, the first deer. And you know we always want them. You just got to email us, Gary at Paradise, Louisiana. Try to get it in by Sunday night, and it'll be there on the week. Now, I had another duck picture, but it's going to be in the pictures where I got the fishing report from Marlin Marina. Let me tell you what, Miss Angie and them sent a bunch of pictures, all those captains. I'm talking about Clint DeArmas and Bob Woods and Paul. Look at that, they got all these pictures. The docks are full. The sheephead, bass, redfish, speckled trout. And that's the same thing with Mike Gallo here. Mike and them he's just been loading the docks, been taking great pictures. And Mike and them right now, you get a cold day, and they fishing a little bit deep. They find them redfish on the drop shot. Today we fishing, and we were, I guess, to Mr. Go and by the wall, and he found those fish all on plastic. We were fishing about 18 foot of water. Him and I and Jeff Brenner from CST, but let me tell you what was really excited. I had Chris today. So you'll be seeing that show coming up in a week or so, and I'm going to tell you what, Mike Gallo is just one of the best when it comes to technique and showing you what to do, and he's entertaining with his stories and everything, so you better put that on your list. Now, Jimmy Corley sent me a picture too at Waterfowl Specialist over there at Shell Beach. He has a group from Tampa, and you look at this shot right here. He got that dock full of fish, so keep them sending them. I appreciate it. Now, I got my neighbor down the road here, Hal Lamb, one of the best neighbors you got. Anytime I got anything broke or fishing, he's always there. But he goes in his pirogue and he's catching crabs. And he had 4 traps the other day, and look at his pirogue full of big crabs. And he's also, all of them are catching shrimp off the dock under the light with a cast net. So I wanted to mention him. I got a tournament report coming from Lyres and Lunkus. They fished the East Pearl River with all that muddy water and everything, but these guys are always finding fish. Timmy Dickens and Jay Breland, they had 12.86, and Big Fish had a 5.34. I'm still waiting on them to teach me how to fish the Pearl River now. Second was LaShawn Robertson and Kyle Hill. They had 10 pounds, 9.6, and third, was Jake and Bridget in Posada. They had 10.9. They had 9.89. So that was one of their final tournaments coming up on the 7th, and their Classic's going to be January 31st. I'm looking to see if I missed anything. I know the freshwater, Sacalate's still biting at Old River. You go to their website, Lake Country. Right now they're catching fish at Toledo Bend. You get these cold fronts and it warms up just a little bit. We had a nice day. We had a beautiful day today. So I want to thank God. Y'all stay tuned. More Paradise, Louisiana. God bless Louisiana. That virus is still bad, but if you want to get out and enjoy the world, get in the outdoors. God blessed us here in Louisiana. God, keep on blessing us. Happy holidays. We'll see y'all next week.
BBQGuys.com presents Paradise, Louisiana. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.